That moment when you open your banking app and instead of instantly closing it in panic, you actually pause for a second. No stress, no mental math, no, can I afford this coffee or am I eating noodles tonight? You just look at the number and breathe. Most people think that feeling only comes with $1 million, but they're wrong. There's a much smaller number where everything changes, and almost nobody talks about it. The big misconception. Ask 10 people what it means to be financially secure, and you'll hear the same answers. A six-figure salary, a luxury lifestyle, maybe early retirement on a beach somewhere. But real financial stability doesn't start with income. It starts with a threshold. And once you cross that threshold, the rules of the game completely change. The number that changes everything, that number is $20,000, not a million, not passive income, just $20,000. And before you dismiss that as too small to matter, let me explain why this number quietly separates people who build wealth from people who stay stuck for decades. Why wealth doesn't grow linearly. Most people imagine wealth as a straight line. Save a little, earn a little, repeat forever. But that's not how it works. Wealth grows in stages, and each stage has an invisible barrier. Until you cross it, everything feels hard. Once you're past it, progress accelerates. $20,000 is the first real barrier. The boulder metaphor. Imagine pushing a massive boulder uphill. At first, it barely moves. You're exhausted. You're questioning if it's even worth trying. That's what saving your first serious money feels like. But once the boulder reaches the top, it starts rolling on its own. That's exactly what happens after $20,000. Before it, you're fighting gravity. After it, gravity starts helping you. It's not about the money, it's about the brain. Here's the part most people miss. The real change at $20,000 isn't mathematical, it's psychological. When you have no savings, your brain operates in survival mode. Every decision is filtered through fear. You take bad jobs because you need the paycheck. You stay in situations you hate because leaving feels dangerous. You say yes when you want to say no. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is protecting you. You can't plan long term when you're worried about next month's rent. What changes after $20,000? Once you have real savings, something shifts. Your brain finally has breathing room. Instead of asking, how do I survive until next paycheck? You start asking, how do I grow this? You stop reacting to financial emergencies and start making intentional decisions. That alone puts you ahead of most people. The compound effect kicks in. Let's talk numbers for a second. If you save and invest $1,000 a month at an average return, your first $20,000 takes time, discipline, sacrifice, consistency. Most people quit here. But once you hit that first milestone, something interesting happens. Your second $20,000 arrives faster because now your money is working with you. By the time you're at higher levels, growth becomes almost automatic. What once took years can later take months. That's compound interest doing the heavy lifting. No secret investments required. This isn't about secret hedge funds or insider strategies. You can use the same index funds, the same platforms, the same tools as someone with $1,000. The only difference is scale. 10% on $2,000 barely feels noticeable. 10% on $20,000 gets your attention. Same effort, different outcome. The real achievement most people ignore. Saving $20,000 isn't just about the number in your account. It proves something far more important. You proved you can control your money. You proved you can delay gratification. You proved you can stick to a plan when no one is watching. That identity shift is everything. Because once you become the type of person who saves, future decisions get easier, from threats to opportunities. When you're broke, every unexpected expense feels like a disaster. A car repair, a broken laptop, a rent increase. After $20,000, these are inconveniences, like not emergencies. Even better, you start seeing opportunities, a business idea, an investment, a career move. Before, you couldn't even consider them. Now you can evaluate them. That's what people mean when they say money creates options. why small expenses stop mattering. Something else changes at this level. You stop obsessing over tiny purchases and start focusing on big decisions. Coffee doesn't make or break your future. Housing, transportation, income, and investing do. Financial freedom comes from optimizing the big levers, not stressing over every dollar. Career power, walking away money. This might be the most underrated benefit. $20,000 gives you walking away money. You don't have to quit your job, but you can. And that knowledge changes how you show up at work. You negotiate better, you set boundaries, you take smarter risks. Often you never even use the money. Its existence alone gives you leverage. The biggest mistake people make. Here's where many people mess this up. They hit $20,000 VP and immediately go spend it. A new car, an expensive vacation, lifestyle upgrades. Don't do that. This money isn't a reward, it's the foundation. Blowing it resets the entire game. Status versus freedom. A flashy car might look like success, but freedom looks quieter. Reliable transportation, low stress, options. The person with the newest car often feels rich, while the person with savings actually is. Final thought, $20,000 won't make you rich overnight, but it will change how you think, how you decide, how you live. It's the difference between reacting to life and designing it. Start building that foundation today. Your future self is already grateful you did. CTA. If this video helped you see money differently, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. More clarity, more strategy, no fluff.